Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Yoga with Leah. As always, it's so wonderful to be here with you, and good morning. Thanks for joining in. If we don't know each other, I know we have lots of new faces moving into the community these days. So if we haven't gotten the chance to officially meet, I hope we do soon. Stop by the restaurant and say hello sometime. And so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Leah. I do work in the restaurant as well, so I'll be happy to serve you there. And I'm just so glad that I'm able to share this practice with you all twice a week. With that, for yoga today, you will need a sturdy, comfortable chair. I definitely suggest something with no arms. If you don't have something like that in your apartment, I do think that we have a few that we can that we might be able to bring by, but a comfortable chair with no arms is always preferred. And something else that's a firm surface you can sit on, like perhaps a coffee table, can sometimes work really well. I'll always suggest that you be in your bare feet, though socks can also be a good option for you. I don't suggest practicing in sandals or sneakers, as it really restricts the way that you're able to press your foot into the ground and kind of the awareness that you can have with your feet. So I'll always suggest bare feet. Socks can also be a little bit slippery, so just beware of that if that's the choice you make. As we move through our class today, we will have lots of opportunities where I'll give options that are maybe more or less challenging. And my goal is to reach every single one of you so that I give an option that accommodates. Unfortunately, as I'm not able to physically see you, it does create a challenge in me being certain that I've accommodated everyone. So I do ask that you definitely look inward, connect with yourself, feel what you're feeling in your body, and really decide at each step, what's best for me? Is this a moment where I want to challenge myself a little bit more? Or, especially in the case of any pain that you're feeling, is this a moment where I want to step back and meet myself where I'm at today? And just make those choices throughout practice. You're in no way required to participate in every movement, to be participating in class. And I just want to give everyone the freedom to, kind of scale it to your level. So with that, go ahead and find your way to your seat. Bring your feet down to rest comfortably underneath your knees. You want to be a little farther forward in the chair than you might normally, so that there's space between your spine and the chair back, allowing you to really support yourself sitting up tall. Drop your shoulders down and back, lift your chest, extend up through the crown of your head, and press your feet down. Just start to notice your breath. Maybe you close your eyes if that helps you. Noticing where you're at today, checking in with yourself. Maybe acknowledging a spot of tension. You really want to focus your mind in on your practice today. And as other thoughts come up, just allow them to go right on through. Give them that one moment of space and then continue on. You might simply observe your breath at the pace it's already at, or I invite you to start to send your breath a little deeper, encouraging your inhale down into your low belly and emptying out every last bit of air as you exhale, finding ease, releasing tension. Inhale and exhale. This neutral, comfortable seat right here is an option that is available to you at any time during class. You're always welcome to circle back here. Just check in with yourself and your breath once more before continuing on with your next movement. Open your eyes and start to move through seated cat and cow. On your inhale, let your chest come forward, shoulders drop down and back. On your exhale, round your spine, lean back, tuck chin to chest. Inhale forward and exhale back. Continue to move through here at your own pace. And it could be a little faster or a little slower than mine. And you might find there's some other movements you like to begin to add in here. Could be rolling side to side, maybe making a circular motion, or staying in either cat or cow, allowing yourself a little more time there. Finish out your next movement. Go through a neutral spine, sit up nice and tall. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart underneath your knees. Press your feet down, legs feel engaged. Lift your chest, grow taller through the crown of your head. Drop shoulders down and back. Reach actively down through your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, arms up, overhead, grow tall. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2 more times, inhale up. Exhale down. And last time, inhale up. Exhale down. Bring palms together at heart center. Interlace your fingers to the webbing. Flip your palms. Press your hands forward away from you. The goal here is to make your arms as straight as you can. You might stay here or lift your arms up overhead. Squeeze biceps in by ears. Press either forward or up through the heels of your hands and keep making your arms more and more straight. Press your feet down, get a little lift in your chest, grow taller through your spine. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, make cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulders together on your spine. Move your hands back in line over your elbows and send your chest forward. The more you squeeze your shoulders in, the more active this stretch becomes. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And exhale, twist to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. The goal is to open your arms all the way to a T, but don't worry if you're simply on your way there. Keep pressing both feet down and notice that this pose can make your knees want to do some funky things, so keep them in line right over your ankles. Untwist, reach up, and exhale, twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Press down through both feet, knees in line over ankles, lift your chest, and extend out through fingertips. Then untwist, inhale, palms to heart center, exhale. A little more quickly. Interlace fingers, flip your palms, press forward or lift overhead, inhale. Exhale the cactus arms, squeeze shoulders in. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the right. Untwist, inhale. Exhale to the left. Untwist, inhale. Palms to heart center, exhale. Last time, interlace, flip, press forward or lift up. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the right. Untwist, inhale. Exhale to the left. Untwist, inhale. Exhale, arms rest out. Woo, roll those shoulders out a few times. Arms probably feeling nice and warm by now. But we're not quite done. Arms out at shoulder height. Straighten your arms. Drop shoulders down and back. Extend from sternum out through fingertips. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. And then turn your palms down. Flip up and turn down. Keep going. Flip up and turn down. Nice. Flip up and turn down. One more time. Flip up. Turn down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Rest your arms. Roll those shoulders out a few times. Nice and tall through your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale. Hinge from the hip crease. Start to lean forward. You want to aim for about shoulders over knees. Press your feet down. Think hips back. Head forward and out. Roll yourself back upright. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Right hand comes across for your left knee. Draw your left shoulder up, back, and down. Open into a little bit of a twist here. Focus on drawing your left shoulder down and back and pressing your chest forward so you're still stacked over your hips. There's a tendency here for this to happen. We round the spine as we twist, and what that's going to do is thoroughly restrict the range of motion. So tall spine first, twist with a tall spine, and now you've got a lot more room to create the twist. On an exhale, untwist. Then left hand goes across for your right knee, right shoulder up, down, and back. Lift your chest, opening into your twist. Keep thinking tall, tall spine. Press your chest forward. What feels like a little bit of lean forward will actually be vertical. On an exhale, untwist. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. Heel toe your feet out wide and out with heels in, toes out, knees stack right over your ankles. Press your feet down, lift your chest. Hinge from the hip crease, send your shoulders forward. You can use your hands for support on your legs. Just avoid pressing directly into your knees. You want to be above your knees on your thighs. And if you'd like, you can reach your fingertips down, though it is a little early in class. You might still be expanding on that range of motion. Roll yourself back upright. Take an inhale. And exhale, heel toe your feet back to hip distance apart. Full breath in. Long breath out. Take your right foot, lift your heel, press your toes down. And then lift up so just your tippy toe is on the ground. And then flick that toe out in front of you. Reverse toe, ball, heel. Same thing again. Lift your left heel up to the ball of your foot. And then lift up a little higher so just your tippy toe touches down. Flick out. Come back to your toe, ball, heel. One more time. Lift your right heel. Then lift to your tippy toe, strong leg. Flick that foot out. Come back, tippy toe, ball, heel, and last time, lift your heel. Lift to your tippy toe, flick your leg out in front of you. Come back to your tippy toe, ball of your foot goes down, heel presses down. Make sure you readjust your feet so they're right underneath your knees. Press your feet down, lift your chest, allow shoulders to drop down and back. Then send your right leg out in front of you. Flex and point your foot, draw your knee up to your chest and squeeze in. Flex your toes up towards your knee. Cross ankle over knee, make a figure four shape. You're welcome to stay right here, or with one or both hands supporting, you might allow your knee to start to fall away. Maybe take your hands away if it feels okay. First time through here, focus on sitting up nice and tall, shoulders over hips, really stacking up in one vertical stack. And then draw knee back up, hug into your chest, release your foot back down. Start with both feet pressing down firmly, and then left leg extends. Draw your knee into your chest, squeeze in. Flex your foot, toes draw up towards your knee. Stay here or ankle over knee, make a figure four shape. You might continue to use one or both hands for support. Maybe you start to let that knee drop down. Sit up tall, shoulders over hips. Think press through your foot on the mat. Keep growing taller up and out through the crown of your head. Draw knee up to chest. And release out, foot back down. Stack shoulders over hips. Right leg extends. Draw knee into your chest, squeeze in. Stay or flex your foot, ankle over knee. Make that same figure four, maybe letting your knee fall away. This time, if you'd like, lift your chest and start to hinge from the hip crease, leaning slightly forward. Shoulders aim to be in line right over your shin, over your knee, over your ankle. Big hips back, left foot presses down. Keep extending out through the crown of your head. Hinge back upright. Draw knee to chest, squeeze in. Release down. Press both feet down, sit up tall. Left leg extends. Draw knee to chest, squeeze in. And cross ankle over knee, make your figure four shape. Stay here or support your knee as it starts to drop away. Then you're welcome to focus on a tall spine or keep your tall spine. Hinge slightly forward, shoulders come in line over your knee and ankle. It doesn't take a lot of lean forward here to really fire up the stretch, but what you want to do is hinge from the hip crease. So don't lean forward like this. Notice how the center of my spine went back. You want to hinge from the hip crease forward, so all the way from my low spine out and closer, really creasing in the center of my body. Come back upright, draw knee to chest, and release out. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. Heel toe your feet out a little wide. Heels and toes out. Extend your spine and hinge from the hip crease. Lean forward. For more of a challenge, take your palms to heart center. Really press your feet down. Use the strength in your legs. Think hips back. Extend out through the crown of your head. You always are welcome to use your hands on your legs for support as well. Press your feet down, hinge upright. Nice. Heel toe your feet in together. All right, we're going to practice power pose, Utkatasana, or chair pose. As the name suggests, it is a similar shape to sitting in the chair, so we're going to start from the chair. We'll have 4 rounds, and each time I'll give a slightly more challenging variation. Once you find the variation that's challenging enough for you, stick with it for the remainder of the rounds. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me better. And you want to begin on the edge of your seat with your feet either all the way together or as close together as is comfortable for you to feel supported. Take your heels in a little closer so that your knees are more in line over your toes, similar to how you would if you were about to stand up out of the chair, which is exactly what we're essentially going to do. For this first round, focus on squeezing your legs in together, really pressing in, ankles, knees, thighs. If your legs don't like to come all the way together, but you want to find the same feeling, a firm cushion between your knees can create the exact same feeling of squeezing into the midline. Then tuck your tailbone forward, draw your waistline back to your spine, and sit up tall. Last step, press your feet down like a lot, enough to slide you back in your chair. Nice, then stay here or send your arms up. Power pose, this is option 1. It's up to you how much you choose to squeeze your legs in together, but I promise if you squeeze your legs in and press your feet down, this will still be very intense. Release out, whoo, take a little bit of a break. All right, option 2. Same thing, but make sure you are right on the edge of your seat, and here's why. For option 2, setup is the same. Squeeze your legs in, squeeze your glutes, press your feet down. This time you're going to lean your torso forward, get your seat a little light, and then you can keep your arms down or send your arms out overhead. Stay up as long as you can. You can always touch down and go back to this version at any time, or maybe come right back to it by leaning forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release out. Whew, fully relax. Maybe shift in a way that feels good to you. Option 3. We're going to begin with no hands, but same opening. Press your feet down. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your knees, your ankles, your thighs. Tuck your tail forward, draw waistline back, arms up. This time, try to keep your torso upright. Standing up a little bit more. Nice. Maybe sticking with it. Tuck your tail forward. Draw your waistline back. Move wrists back. Take an inhale. Exhale, release back to the chair. For our last round through of power pose, if you would like to take your most challenging option, begin standing up. Make sure you are just in front of your seat. I would suggest having your feet in essentially the same spot they just were when you were sitting down. Feet and legs together or almost together. Arms up overhead. Squeeze legs in, tuck tail forward, squeeze your glutes, take an inhale. Exhale, send your hips back as low as you can go. Nice. Barely off the surface of that chair. Really draw waistline to spine, move wrists back over shoulders. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, everybody, release out to the chair. Whoo, shake it out a little bit. Then walk your feet out wide, heels in, toes out. Stack knees right over ankles. Full breath in. Exhale, hinge from the hip crease, lean slightly forward. Maybe this time walking your hands down. Begin to roll yourself back upright. Stack shoulders right over hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, release out. Heel toe your feet back in together. Now, if you'd like to remain seated for this next pose, I'll show you an option right now, and we did it on Friday during class, so you might remember. What you want to do is either turn to the side, to your right, or you can just scooch over to the left side of your chair, but the to the right version is going to be better for us today. So turn to the right, set up so just your right leg is on the chair, and you want it to be very supported. Take your right hand to the chair back, and then start to walk your left foot back, like so. And everyone can practice this sitting down the first time if you'd like. Your knee at first might start wanting to go out to the side, and you want to squeeze it kind of into the midline. If you were taller, the second version that I'm going to show you is going to be a lot better suited to you, so you can hang out for a moment until we get there. Then stack up. Use your glute to tuck your tailbone forward. Maybe send your left arm up. A standing version of this pose would look like this. Left knee on the chair, left hand on the chair, right leg forward. Nice, and then all you're gonna do is tuck your tail and gently start to bend your front knee. Making sure there's some sort of cushion between your knee and the chair. If the chair does not already have a cushion, can make this much more comfortable, and even something as simple as a towel folded over a couple times can work. Stand up, come out, and kind of slide your leg off, and then switch sides by turning around. And if you're taking the version that's seated, you're going to switch sides by turning to the left. Take left leg forward, right leg back. Standing up, right hand to the chair, right knee to the chair, and left leg forward. Yeah, you can start with your legs mostly in one line. Tuck your tail forward, and then start to bend your front knee a little, reach your front hip forward. There might be a little bit of small adjusting to your stance to kind of find the right stance for you. The more tall you think through the spine, the more stretch you'll feel in the front of your back leg. A lot of the stretch here is generated by the relationship of upper body to lower body. So focus on that rather than getting really deep and low in this pose. Come back up and out, and we'll switch sides once more. So right leg forward, left leg back, left knee on the chair if you're standing, right foot steps out in front of you. You want to keep your hips pointing directly to the side and reach forward with your hips. Again, the relationship of torso to legs does a lot to create the stretch here. So if you're like this, that's going to create less stretch in the front of your body. If you're getting upright, it's going to create more stretch. Go ahead and step out and switch sides last time here. Right knee to the chair, left foot forward, or left foot forward, right leg walks back. Tuck your tail and start to reach your hips forward. Getting that nice stretch through your hip flexor, through the front of your leg. Lift your chest. Beautiful. Come out and through. Pedal your feet out a few times and either return to your seat or come around behind the chair for warrior one. If you're coming around behind the chair, you likely know where you're going already, but I'll demonstrate in the seat one time, and you're welcome to practice standing for all 3 rounds if you'd like. Scooch all the way over in your chair to the left. So right leg is forward, left leg is free on the outside. And then you want to take your foot and walk it around and back. You can keep your knee bent, kind of like I'm doing here, or you can straighten your leg out more and anchor your heel down. Beware, that can be kind of funky for your knee, so you want to really make sure that your back knee is feeling okay. Tuck your tail forward, draw waistline to spine, and reach your arms up if you desire. Warrior one. Keep thinking hips square, shoulders square, tall spine. Then release your hands down, bring your left leg around and forward to switch sides. Scooch all the way over to the right, So left leg is forward, right leg goes out and around to the side, eventually sort of making its way behind you. You can stay like this, or make your back leg more straight and pivot your heel down, only if it feels okay for your knee. And then arms up. Warrior one. Make sure you can press down firmly through both feet, even if you're on the chair. Nice job. Inhale, and exhale out. Lean to the side, bring your right leg forward once more. You can continue to practice seated, or this is a pose that can be really accessible. Standing up, it easily scales to anyone's level. So if you feel comfortable standing up, this is a great one to try. Start pretty close to the chair, hands can rest comfortably. Then you want to step your right foot even closer, bend your knee and step your left foot way back. Now your stance might be shorter, more like this. Wherever you're at, you want to make sure you're in a stance that's long enough to challenge you, but not so long your feet just slide away from each other of their own accord. Stack front knee over ankle and square your hips to the chair. Naturally, your left hip will want to pull back and open, so you want to draw it forward towards the chair once more. Either keep your back heel lifted or anchor your back heel down. Don't do like an in-between where your heel is just slightly floating. If your heel's lifted, lift it, really mean it. Yeah. Then maybe one or both arms reach up. Take an inhale. Exhale and stay. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the chair. Left foot forward, right foot back. And switch sides. Left foot forward. Bend your knee. Right foot steps way back. And again, find a stance that's long enough to challenge, but still make sure that you can hold your feet where they're at and they're not just sliding away from each other without your say-so. Square your hips to the chair. Right hip moves forward, left hip draws back. Reach your left knee forward and tuck your tailbone. Maybe one or both arms reach up. Nice job. Full breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to the chair, right foot forward, left foot back. Last time, warrior one, right foot forward, bend your knee, left foot steps back. A little quicker on the setup this time. Square your hips, tuck your tail, maybe arms up. Big breath in. Stay as you exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, left foot forward, right foot back. Last side, last time. A little quicker on your setup. You got it. Left foot forward. Bend your knees. Step back into your lunge. Square your hips to the chair. Maybe arms reach up. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. Release hands to the chair. Right foot forward. Left foot back. Pedal your feet out a few times. Nice. Then to practice warrior two. Warrior two, I will demonstrate the first round in the chair. If you're standing behind the chair, walk your feet out wide. You know where we're headed. In the chair, walk your feet out wide, heels in, toes out. To move into warrior two, you'll simply pivot your right toes out, pivot your left heel out, so that your left leg moves more towards straight. Nice. And then keep stacking open. The difference between warrior one and warrior two, in warrior one, we're looking to face over the front knee. And warrior two, we want to face to the side. Yeah, nice. We're getting openness right here through the inner thigh. Widen your front knee, tuck your tail forward, stack shoulders over hips. Maybe send your arms out to the side. Full breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Right toes in, left toes out. Switching sides. Nice. Bend and widen your front knee. Tuck your tail forward. Stack shoulders right over hips. So notice if you're leaning really far forward like so, and draw it right back up. Nice. Stack shoulders over hips. Lift chest. Extend out through fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Switch sides again. If you're standing up, I'll demonstrate, but I'm going to go in front of the chair just so you can see me a little better. Feet out wide, arms up to a T, or supporting yourself on the chair, right toes turn out. Bend your right knee. Widen your knee so it's more in line with your pinky toe. Tuck your tail forward and try to make the weight even from front to back foot. Lift chest, extend out your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten your right leg, pivot right toes in, left toes out. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Stack shoulders over hips, arms go out, or hold on to the chair for support. Bend and widen front knee and tuck your tail forward. These are opposing motions that will create more and more stretch in your inner thigh. Then straighten your front leg. Left toes turn in. Hands to hips or hands to the chair back. Lift your chest. Fold forward on an exhale. If you're seated, it's that wide leg fold we've taken several times. If you're standing, feel free to take a little bend in your knees. Feel free to use the chair on your way down. And maybe you eventually reach your hands to the ground. But you can stop anywhere along the way on any level that your chair provides. Begin to roll yourself back upright, stacking up shoulders over hips. Full breath in. Long breath out. Heel toe your feet back in together. And we're going to practice tree pose. Tree pose is a balancing pose. If you're seated, what you're going to want to do is follow along by getting that little turn out with your leg, like so. Nice. If you're standing, I'll show you what to do. You may stand behind your chair and use the chair for support, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to stay in front of the chair so that you can better see me. Balance on your right leg. Take your left foot either heel to ankle. You can keep the ball of your foot fully on the ground. You can lift right up to your tippy toes, similar to how we did at the very start of class. You might place your foot on your calf below your knee, or use your hand to help you bring your foot up above your knee. Pressing right into your knee is not a great option. Typically, lateral pressure against your knee results in injury. So we don't want to do that for anyone today. Keep your standing leg strong, and no matter where you're at, press your foot and leg together. Nice. If you're holding onto the chair, maybe consider taking one hand away. Maybe consider floating your other hand off for just a moment. Maybe consider lifting to just one or two fingertips. This one can be really good. Then release down. Pedal your feet out a few times before switching sides. Right foot, you can do just heel near your ankle and keep the entire ball of your foot down. That's going to be your most supported option. Option 2, tippy toe down. Option 3, you can lift your foot to your calf below your knee, or maybe use your right hand to help you place your foot above your knee. Again, don't press directly into your knee joint, as that is just not kind to your leg. Make your leg strong and press your foot and leg together. Locking your knee out all the way straight might seem at first to help you balance better, but over time, it will make you less stable as it restricts access to a lot of the muscles in your upper leg. So you're selling yourself a little short strength-wise. Maybe take one or both hands away. And then release down, pedal your feet out a few times. Switch sides once more. Heel to ankle, tippy toe on the ground, calf, or up high on your thigh. Press foot to leg and leg to foot. Squeeze your glutes behind you to draw your knee out. Stack shoulders over hips, really tall spine. Maybe take one or both hands away. Beautifully done, release down. And last side, last time. Again, ball of foot, tippy toe, calf, or on your thigh. Press your foot and leg together, really building strength through that contact point. And that is what's going to build more stability in your balance here, is the press together between foot and leg. Maybe one or both hands float away. And exhale, release down. We're going to make kind of an L-shaped fold here with our body. If you are seated, listen carefully. Here's what you want to do. So if you're seated, what you want to do to create this L shape with your body is sit up nice and tall. Send your arms up overhead, and one at a time, extend your legs out. See how high you can get that leg, and see how long you can leave it out. Maybe pausing, and then back down. If you're standing, come to behind your chair. Take your feet just hip distance apart, hands on the back of the chair, and start to slowly walk your feet back. As your hips and legs go back, you want to lower your torso until you get to that same similar L shape. Arms can be straight or not quite. I suggest a little bend in the knees for sure. If you feel comfortable, start to allow your chest and head to drop. Nice. Press hips back, extend out through your arms. Press your feet down really firmly. Remember to keep breathing. And then walk your feet back in, slowly lifting your chest. Finish out and take a rest if you're sitting down. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. We are going to practice triangle pose as well as half moon pose utilizing the chair. If you are seated, take this opportunity to practice warrior two for one more round. We're only going to do one round of triangle and half moon. So warrior two, where you walk your feet out wide, pivot one toe out, one heel out. You know what to do. If you're practicing triangle and half moon pose, come around to the left side of your chair. So right hand is on your chair back and you're standing just to the left of the chair. What you want to do from here is separate your feet to a little bit of a wide stance. Your right foot will come quite close to the chair. Nice. Make sure you can still hold on. Then take your right toes and pivot them to point directly towards the chair. Keep both legs strong and straight. So again, not locking your knees out, but pressing your feet down and away from each other. Great. Then slide your hips away from the chair and start to lower your torso towards the chair. Nice. You can use your hand up here or down on the seat is certainly my preference. Some of that just kind of depends on height though. What you want to do now is press your hips forward, lean your shoulders back, try to get your body into one line. If it feels okay, maybe send your left arm up. The wider your stance here, the more challenging this will be, and you might find that you can bring your forearm down, but it's not a requirement. Bring yourself back upright. All right, left foot comes a little bit closer. Make sure you can stand comfortably on your right leg. Take a little bend in your knee. Hand to the seat of the chair, left hand to your hip. Maybe you lift to your tippy toe, or maybe you float your left leg up, half moon pose. Continue to stack open. Really nice. Bend in your standing leg for more support. Beautifully done. Release out. Bring yourself upright. All right, and walk to the other side of the chair. If you're sitting down, practice warrior two to the left. You're always welcome to take a break in the middle like we did. Starting in triangle pose. Left foot close to the chair, left hand on the back of the chair. Wide stance by stepping your right foot away. Then pivot your left toes towards the chair. Right hand to your hip to start, and start to press your hips away. Hinge right from the center of your body, lowering your torso. Keep your legs strong. Don't let those knees lock out. And maybe take your left hand down to the chair seat. Maybe take your right arm up. Then start to move hips forward, torso back into one line. As you do this, you'll feel an increased stretch, especially in the sides of your waist. Come back upright. All right, hand to hip. Little bend in your left knee. You can bring your right leg closer if you like. Left hand to the seat of the chair. And then either just lift your right tippy toe, or maybe your leg floats up, half moon pose. Beautifully done. Keep moving your top shoulder back on your spine. Maybe send your top arm up for one breath in. Exhale, release out, come up right. Nice job. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. Come back around to the chair. Find your seat. Bring your feet and legs pretty close together to begin with, and then take your left leg up and over your right. So yours might look something more like this. That's okay. You want to aim for your knees coming as close together as your knees will come. And that's not going to be the same as my knees. Then notice, this might happen, heel goes really far out to the side. You want to draw your left heel in as close to you as your heel goes. And that's going to be different than my heel. Then press your right foot down, sit up tall. You're welcome to stay here or add the eagle arms. Left arm is under, so cross your left elbow under your right. Give yourself a big hug. Stay here or press backs of hands or palms together. Lift your chest, lift your elbows. Take a big breath in. Unwrap, release on your exhale, unwrap your legs, and switch sides. Right leg goes up and over your left, and yours might look something more like this. That's okay. You might grab your legs really close, closer than mine. That's okay too. Remember, it's about your knees being as close together as they'll go, your heel drawing as close in towards your calf as your heel will go. Press your left foot down. You're welcome to stay right here or right elbow under left. Take opposite shoulders. That feels okay. Backs of hands, maybe palms together. Tuck your tail forward, draw your waistline back, and lift your chest. A little taller through your spine. Lift your elbows. Take a full breath in. Unwrap, release. Unwrap your legs. Take your feet just hip distance apart. Slide your right foot a little bit forward, about heel in line with your left toes. Lift. And then hinge from the hip crease. Start to fold forward. You can use your hands for support or reach one hand or both hands towards your right big toe. Press your heel down and away from you. Slide your hip back. Nicely done. Come upright. Replant your right foot and switch sides. Left heel slides forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hip crease. Press hips back. Extend forward and out through the crown of your head. Use your hands to support you, or maybe reach with one or both hands towards your toe. Reach evenly with both shoulders. So if you're only reaching with one hand, don't let that draw your shoulder farther forward. Keep your chest square. Then roll back upright. Replant your foot. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. You're welcome to leave your feet hip distance apart, or you can bring your feet and legs all the way together like we did for power pose earlier. Lean forward, and you're aiming for forearms down on your legs. If that's not totally accessible to you, hands on your legs is the same and a really good option. I'm going to demonstrate with forearms down, but just remember, hands to your legs, hands to your knees, always a good option as well. To begin with, unravel your left arm and shoot it right out to the side at shoulder height. Nice. Keep pressing your feet down, keep squeezing your legs in, and press your right arm or hand down into your legs as well. And then trap your left arm once more. Send your right arm out to the side, right at shoulder height, extend out through your fingertips. Keep feet pressing down. Keep your left arm or hand pressing down. Then release your right arm back again. Left arm extends. This time, stay here or start to lift from the back of your hand, opening up, maybe sending your gaze to the side. Release back down, trap your left arm once more. Right arm goes out to the side. This time stay or press your left arm down more. Start to lift from the back of your right hand. Maybe turn your gaze to the right. Release back down. Last time here, open your left arm out to the side. This time, maybe stay. Maybe start to lift up. Maybe start to send your right arm across more towards straight as well. Yeah, nice. Squeeze legs together. Notice that your right knee will want to jut forward. Then untwist. Right arm out to the side. Last time here, maybe lifting from the back of your hand. Maybe sending your left arm more out towards straight. So notice that my arms are in no way opened all the way to a T. Yours might open that far. Squeeze your top shoulder back and send your left knee back. It will want to jut forward. Release down. Roll yourself upright. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. One more time, big breath in. Long breath out. Take your right arm and just take it across your torso. Use your left arm to draw it in a little bit closer to you. Yeah, so you can kind of rest it in the crook of your elbow, draw across, keep your shoulder drawing down and back. Nice. Release out and switch sides. Left arm kind of to the crook of your right elbow. And just drawing your arm across, using a little bit of strength from your right side. Let your shoulder drop down and back. Release out. One more time to each side. Right arm to the crook of your left elbow. And just gently drawing across. Release out. Left arm to the crook of your right elbow. Using your right arm to just draw your left arm across. You want to keep your arm pretty relaxed as you do this. That's going to set you up to have a nice experience here. Release out. Roll those shoulders out a few times. We're going to take one longer cat pose here. So cat pose, if you remember from the beginning of class, is like so, rounding your spine, leaning back. You might tuck your chin to your chest at your comfort level. Creating a nice stretch across the backs of your shoulders, across your spine. Keep breathing here. On your next inhale, let your chest come forward. Let shoulders drop down and back. Pause here in cow pose. Squeeze elbows and shoulders together behind you. Really lifting through your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale. Release back to neutral. Take your right hand out in front of you. We are kind of towards the end of class. Sorry, so if there's some floor poses that you'd like to practice, now's the time. Feel free to do that. Take your right hand out in front of you. Left fingers to your right fingers. You can include your thumb, or I like to leave it loose. That's what feels better for me. Press the heel of your hand forward. Draw your fingertips back. Yeah, so this is going to be as intense as you want it to be. You might play with fingers being apart, fingers being together, thumb in, thumb out, just to sort of find that perfect version for you. And then release out, point your fingertips down, let your hand get really relaxed. And this time I like palm to the back of hand, press gently in, and just gentle pressure forward. And again, this will be exactly as intense as you like it to be. So kind of scale it to what you're feeling today. I know that what you're feeling today could be different than tomorrow and different than yesterday. And you want to meet yourself where you're at each time you practice. Release. Take your left hand out. Fingertips to fingers. I like to leave my thumb loose. Press the heel of your hand forward. Draw those fingers back. Yeah, providing a nice stretch for the forearm. Ooh, I lost my pinky. Then release out, let fingers point down, relaxed hand, palm to the back of your hand, press your wrist forward, draw your hand down and back towards you. Release out, interlace your fingers, bring your elbows together or close to together, and start to just take movement with your wrists. Now, if your elbows are together, notice here how my elbows are moving a lot. Yeah? Try to squeeze in and keep your elbows more level, more stable as you're moving your wrists. And I'm not doing an incredible job of demonstrating this here. As you can see, it's pretty tricky, but it's going to get you a better stretch through your wrist. Nicer movements here. Go forward and back as well. Beautiful. Release out. Shake it out a little bit. Nicely done. Little bit of stretch. to your neck. You just want to be nice and gentle with yourself. Meet yourself where you're at today. Let your chin drop to your chest, look down. You can stay just like this, or interlace your hands behind your head. Draw your elbows down and towards each other. Don't pull down with your hands. Just let the natural weight of your arms kind of do its thing. Adding just that gentle rounding to your neck and your upper spine. Release your hands, lift your chin, turn your gaze to the right, back through center and to the left, through center, to the right, back through center and to the left. Come back through center, take an inhale, exhale, emptying out. Start to find your way to a little bit of a more comfortable seat here. Could be something on the ground. You could just scoot back in your chair. It might be something cross-legged or similar. We're going to set up for a brief meditation today. You might find you like the back of the chair to support your spine here so that you can just focus on your breath, be comfortable in your body. Rest your hands comfortably, let your shoulders drop down and back. Drop your chin to your chest. You can gaze softly at the ground or close your eyes. Starting to take your focus back to your breath. Returning back to inhale and exhale. And what you want to do here is find a pace that is still deeper than your day-to-day breath. It's still conscious, it's still intentional, but not so deep that it's very effortful for you to maintain. It should feel easy and smooth. You might find you like to breathe in and out through your nose, or you may prefer to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Once you've taken several rounds of breath to land on a pacing that you can maintain, start to call to mind a few things that you would like to invite more of into your life this season. We're at the start of a new month. Even though it doesn't feel like it in Tucson, we are at the beginning of fall. And so starting to call to mind a few positive things that you would like to invite more of. It could be organization, it could be grace, it could be forgiveness, it could be conversation, friendship. Anything that really speaks to you. And then choose the two that truly stand out. Once you've decided upon your two words, say the first word silently to yourself as you breathe in, and the second word as you breathe out. Continue on this way with your personal mantra. At the end of your next exhale, Start to transition out of your mantra and back to just your breath. Start to allow your breath pace to return to its natural rhythm and just breathe itself. If you'd like, you can shift your position into your final resting position here for Shavasana. You might like to lay down supine on the ground or choose a more comfortable seat in your apartment. You can even lay on the couch. If you choose to stay seated, I suggest turning your palms up so that your fingertips can curl in. Relax your face, your jaw, space behind your eyes. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just be here for the next moment. Shavasana, rest. At the end of your next exhale, start to allow your breath to deepen slightly. Maybe take gentle movements to fingers and toes. And if you'd like, you can send your arms overhead for one final stretch. If you're laying down, take a moment to make your way up to your seat. And if you're in your chair, come a little farther forward again so your back is away from the chair back. Sitting up tall, shoulders over hips. Bring palms together at heart center. And we'll close practice today with the sound Om one time. You're welcome to sing along or listen. Release your air. Full breath in. Thumbs to forehead center. With gratitude for this practice, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining in and sharing your wonderful practice. If there's questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or anyone on the Community Life team. If you have any sort of feedback or comments, we're always open to that. So thanks so much for joining in again, and I'll see you on Friday. Thank you.